Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Tech Gamers World. In this unboxing and review video, we're going to be checking out the S21 wireless keyboard and mouse combo from NPET. I'm super excited to check this out, and thank you to NPET for sending this to me. It's very cool. So I am always in the market for new keyboard and mice. I blow through them like you couldn't imagine, using a computer all day long for personal and professional endeavors. So I've gotten some keyboards to the point where I have literally worn away the lettering on the keys. And if I didn't have the keys memorized, I would not know which one was which. So every so often, I check out the market for new keyboard and mouse. So let's check out this one from NPET. So this is the S21 wireless keyboard and mouse combo. And let's go ahead and open it up here. So the box is a little nondescript. It's a very simplistic box. It looks like it's actually been opened before. There was tape on it, and that was not me. So it came like that, which is fine. You know, the box, what's inside, outside the box is not that important. It's what's inside that matters. So let's go ahead here and open this up. Here is the wireless keyboard from NPET. Again, this is the S21. It is pretty heavy, actually, which has a nice feel to it. Let's see what else is in the box here. It looks like I got to spin this around. All right, we've got the wireless mouse. Get that out of the way here. So we've got the wireless mouse, and open up here, see what else. Okay, we've got two USB cables. So let's get this off to the side here. All right. So the contents of the box was a wireless keyboard, a wireless mouse, and two USB cables. These look like USB-A to USB-C. So let's start out with the wireless mouse. Why not? So this is the wireless mouse from NPET. This is the S21. This actually feels really lightweight. Now, both of these devices feature lithium-ion batteries, so they're going to be a lot lighter than your traditional keyboard and mouse. That takes AA batteries if you're in the United States. AA's are the round, cylindrical-looking ones that are about that long. So this actually feels really lightweight. It looks like it's made of high-quality plastic. It's got the rubber feet. It's got the quality control check that it was passed, on-off switch, and here it says S21. Now it looks like this is also, it is, the USB dongle. So for those who are not familiar, a USB dongle is what plugs into your computer that gives connectivity for a wireless keyboard and mouse. This device is coded to work with this and this only, so it will not work with other stuff. So you can have multiple of these. These use a wireless signal to communicate in a low latency manner with the wireless keyboard and wireless mouse. You want to use these with these kind of devices for that ultra low latency connection. When you move the mouse or you type it, you need to see it move instantly on your screen. You don't see Bluetooth stuff for these often because of that latency. Bluetooth is typically higher latency. So they discovered that if you use the wireless 2.4 gigahertz channel with this kind of stuff, you'll get that ultra fast, low latency connection that gamers and people who type all the time need. All right, so let's go ahead here and plug this in to a computer. You plug that USB dongle into any USB-A port. In my case, over here, it's hard to see, I have a USB hub, 7-port USB hub that's powered. All right, so back to the mouse here. So this mouse is really light. I like it a lot. It has your typical buttons, the left mouse, the right mouse, the center scroll wheel, a center button. This one is not a button. And we've got the forward and back buttons. It fits comfortably in my hand here. I've got a pretty big hand, as you can see. So it's got a nice ergonomic feel to it. It's got a nice resting spot for your thumb and your middle finger here, depending on how you hold it. I typically hold my mouse like that. So I can do some people, like to go like that. I just go like that. Or you can go the pros, sometimes they even go like this and they hold the mouse like that. I don't do that. I typically go like this. Pretty cool. So we've got a switch on the bottom here. It says on for up, off, and down. So if we do on, we see the light turns on, but there are no LED lights are not on. So let's see what the bottom is. The bottom has a little light. So there is our USB LED lights, sorry, are on. And these look like they're dynamic rotating lights, which is pretty cool. Let me turn the light off here. We can see better. You can see it glowing a little better. I've got a desk lamp that glows pretty bright. So that is pretty cool. This is, like I said, very lightweight. I love how lightweight this is. I hate a heavy mouse. I've had mice where you can put weights in them to do that stuff. I don't like any of those things. I just like a nice lightweight mouse that will move, that has my left and right scroll wheel, forward back buttons, and optionally the third middle button. This mouse looks awesome. And it looks to be good quality. This keyboard and mouse set has a $30, somewhere between $30 and $50 price point. So you're going to expect to see a couple of trade-offs. The most notably is I don't see any metal. This looks like it's all plastic. I don't see any metal at all on it, which in and of itself is okay. We'll have to see how it holds up. So let's go ahead and put the mouse off to the side. Turn the lamp back on here so you can see a little better. Let's take a look now at the wireless keyboard. So this is, again, the S21 wireless keyboard. Now, I like this a lot. This has a really nice weight to it. The back, actually, believe it or not, is metal. There's a metal backing on it, which is nice. I like that a lot. I'm used to the Logitechs and the other stuff that's all just plastic. Kind of like that there's metal back here. And we've got this raised hump here. This looks like it is the battery, because there is a USB-C port here, which we'll talk about in a minute. And we've got the stands here to help lean it, angle it down. Most notably, I do notice that this does not come with a wrist rest. So you are going to have to keep your hands on your table, depending on how comfortable that is for you. That might be a caveat to this particular keyboard. For me, I don't personally care. I'm fine. I'm comfortable with either one. I've had a majority of them over the years. So some other notable things here. I noticed that these keys are raised, and they do have a semi-mechanical feel to it. The clicking, not that true mechanical clicking that we all know and love, because this is all, I see it is all plastic underneath, other than there are some springs for the space bar here. I like a keyboard that clicks, because when I'm playing games where actions per minute really matter, I want to hear that noise, because I use that noise in my head to know I've clicked a certain thing. It's something I've always had. I'm not a huge fan of perfectly silent keyboards for that reason. I definitely like the way this keyboard looks. The keys are raised up, and there is no surrounding protector, frame around them. So I guess that's for the looks, aesthetic, and the fact that if you spill stuff down in here, it must be easier to clean out. I don't eat around my electronics, but for people who do, I can see that being as a good thing, because you'll be able to hit this with an air can and clean it out probably pretty quickly. Let's turn this one on here. And there it lit up. So let me turn the lights off here again, get it a little darker. There we go. So this features LED backlighting across the entire keyboard, which is cool. And let's see what it can change, if it can change. So there's an LED button up here. So pressing the LED button changes the LED. So it looks like that's off. So there is one. So we've got green, blue, purple, red. Two, so we have blue, red, yellowish green. And then we've got blue, purple, more purple, and yellow. And it's off. So I'm going to stick with, I'm liking the blue, red, yellow and green. Green being my favorite color. So that's pretty cool. Got your typical num lock, caps lock, scroll lock, a full numpad. So this is a full length keyboard. And again, like I said, this has some weight to it, which I attribute to obviously to the lithium ion battery. But it's definitely lighter than some of my other keyboards. I'm just comparing it to one I have here, a Logitech one. It actually is lighter because the Logitech one has AA batteries, a bunch of them in it. Okay, so let's talk charging for a little bit here. So how do you charge these devices? So NPET was nice enough to include USB-A to USB-C charging cables. So USB-A, for those who not know, is the bigger rectangular one. USB-C is the smaller one. And you obviously plug in USB-A into whatever you're going to charge the device with. So if you've got a power brick, you plug it into that, a computer. You'll find that most companies no longer send power bricks with their cables. In this case, this was the same. You have just these two cables. So to charge the device, you can actually just plug it into your computer and it will charge through a USB-A port. The caveat is the computer must be turned on. So keep that in mind. You can also plug it into an iPhone charger and Android charger. I am going to ding NPET a little bit here for not including a charger for these devices. Not everyone has something to charge these devices with, but most people do. But I still think the companies should send a power brick or something to charge the devices with. That whole thought process has changed over the years. The past couple of years, the companies have stopped providing charging bricks. Apple, for example, when you buy an iPhone, doesn't even give you one anymore. They give you a charging cable and that's it. So, but basically to charge these devices, you're just going to go ahead and plug it into your computer. So we'll go ahead and plug it in here. I'll show you how to charge each one. And what you want to do is just take the other end, so the USB-C cable, plug it in to the port on it. So right there. And you'll know when it's charging when you'll get this little light. This is typical on most things. It is a charging indicator, which means this is charging. When it's fully charged, the light should go out. If you're going to be doing long haul gaming, make sure your device is fully charged or you keep the cable nearby to charge the device. Let's do the same thing here. So as you can see, it is plugged in. No way to tell if it's charging on this one, but we know that it is. So the plus of this is, let's say you're playing a game and your mouse starts to die. You can just plug in this USB-C cable and you can keep gaming. It'll work just the same. Keep in mind, and I'll show you here, that this obviously is charging and is connected. If you take out this dongle, it will no longer, the mouse will no longer move on the screen. Now, why is that? These cables are not going to send data to the computer. They are charging only. You've got to use this for everything. So keep that in mind. So let's get into final thoughts here. Okay, so final thoughts. I like this wireless keyboard and mouse a lot. It definitely is impressive. For a $30 to $50 price point, it's pretty cool. I'm going to be honest. We've got the backlit lights here. We've got a decent quality, nice weighted keyboard here. A couple of things that could probably be improved. The LED lighting for the where it comes out for the button, the with the labels, the actual letters could be a little brighter. I feel. You look in from there, it kind of all merges into one. It may have made sense just to maybe do white text versus having the LED light up the actual keys, because when you turn the LED lights off in the dark, you're really not going to be able to see any of these. But then again, you're not going to be able to in the dark anyway. So I don't know. Always been a fan of, if you're having a LEDs, maybe just have the keys be white or something just a little bit brighter to see. But other than that, I mean, it's cool. I'm not quite sure how I feel about this look. That's something I've not seen before. It's interesting. And I see why they do it, so you can have a nice way to clean the stuff, which is kind of cool. Maybe could have made the quality on the keys a little better. But again, this is a entry level um, device, keyboard and mouse. So you can see some of the manufacturing stuff like this here. You can see the LED lights through on one side, but not the other. That just shows to me, the metal is not totally straight, stuff like that. But, this is cool. I like the very simplistic look. I wish they would have included a wrist guard. But, I know that they do make other model keyboard and mice that do come with them. So for the $30 to $50 price point for both of these together, you're going to have some trade-offs. Trade-offs being, a wrist guard and stuff like that. Battery life on these is slated to be, somewhere between 8 to 12 hours for both. I always like to say to you, don't worry about what the battery life is. If you're going to be playing a game for a while, always, always, always assume that your wireless keyboard and mouse could die at any time. So either A, fully charge it, or B, keep the charging cord close by so that you can get it charged up if you need to, because nothing is the worst when you're in the middle of something and all of a sudden your thing just dies out of the blue and you're stuck. And that could cost you when you're gaming, or your teammates. You could get left behind, which would not be good. The mouse here, I definitely like this mouse. This is a really cool looking mouse. It is very comfortable. I like the way it feels in my hand. I'm a two-fingered person. Some people I know do three, depending on what you're doing and what you want your actions per minute to be. I like the two fingers, putting my other hand like my hand like that. I've got a pretty big hand, as you can see, and this fits nicely. I like the fact that you can turn the LED lights off. So this is on with the LED lights off, or on with the LED lights on. I like that. And there's an off switch. I like that a lot. And I like the lightweight stuff here. I used to have the mouses that had the weights in it and all that stuff. The lighter ones are nice too, especially with the lithium ion, not having to change batteries is awesome. So we're curious to see how these do. Overall, NPET has got something really nice here. Again, I wish they would have included a power brick for this stuff, just because they really should. Some of you may argue that and say, nah, they're not needed. You've got a million devices that can charge the cables, stuff like that. But if you're playing in different places or something's going on, you may not always have access to another USB port. What if your machine, for example, has only one USB port on it because it's a laptop, a thin form laptop that only has one USB-A port? You have to plug in the S21 USB-A dongle, which is right here, into that USB-A port. So then you have no way to charge your stuff. You have to charge it to a power brick. So that's why I always say the companies really should include a power brick. But I get it. The shift over the years has been to not include one. So that's it. I'm definitely excited to check this out. I will put the link in the description of this video to the NPET S21 wireless keyboard and mouse combo on Amazon so that you can check it out and purchase it on your own. It's pretty cool. I definitely think I'm going to get a lot of good use out of this. I'm super excited to try it out and play with it. So I hope everyone enjoyed this video. As always, if anyone has any questions or comments, or you bought the NPET wireless keyboard and mouse combo, the S21, and have some opinions on how you like it, definitely please drop a comment below. If anybody needs any help or questions, I'd do my best to definitely get them answered for you. And as always, if you could click that like button and subscribe to Tech Gamers World, that would be totally awesome. I'm always going to have new and exciting content, reviews, technology stuff, video game stuff, travel stuff coming soon. Thanks a lot, everybody, and I will see you around. Keep on gaming.